Hey, welcome to another video from Between CAD Classes. I'm Tracy, and this is part 4 of creating the caster assembly in AutoCAD. If you haven't seen the other parts, go ahead and check out the description of this video so you can see the playlist to take you to the other parts. Also, in the description of the video, you will find a link to the template file that I'm going to be using, and you will also find a link to the detailed drawing so that you can do this right alongside with me. In this step, we are going to be creating the wheel. And the wheel can be modeled possibly with some extrusions, but the quickest way to do this is as one revolve. So that's how we're going to approach this one. So let's take a look at our workflow then. We are going to create the cross section of the wheel shape as well as the center line. And then we are going to revolve the shape around the center line, as you see here, to create the solid wheel shape. Let's take a look at the detailed drawing, and we can see the dimensions for the cross section and the center line that we're going to be drawing. So I'm going to go ahead and move this down to the corner, and then we will create our sketch. So as you can see, I'm in AutoCAD in the 3D workspace, and then I've also got my wheel layer current. And I'm going to begin by drawing the center line. So I'm going to switch to the top view here in AutoCAD. I'll click my named drop down here and go to top. And then I am going to go ahead and zoom out and over, and I'm going to draw around the origin here. So I'm going to start by drawing my 1.5 inch long center line starting at 0, 0. So I'll start my line tool, 0, 0 for the first point, and enter. And then I'll go to the right, 1.5 and enter for that one. I can't see that very well, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off my grid, and now I can see my center line in there. So next, I can see in my detailed drawing that I need to come up 0.4375 to start drawing my shape. So I'm going to start my line. I'll track off of the point here and then come up 0.4375 and enter. And then I'll go ahead and go back to the left 1.5 for that width. Then I'm going to use a series of offsets to help me draw the other shapes. So I'm just going to escape out of that. And then taking a look again at my detailed drawing, I can see the next line up is 3/4 of an inch from the center. So I'm going to start my offset command. I like to type O and enter, but I'll choose the offset command there. Type in 0.75 and enter. Select my center line, and then click above to create the next shape. The overall radius of this shape is 1.8, so that's the next offset I'm going to do. So offset 1.8 and enter. And then I'll offset that up. And then the next shape down is 1/10 of an inch or 0.1 down from that one. So once again, I will offset 0.1 and enter, and then I will offset this line down. That will give me the start of my shape. I'm going to go ahead and draw a line here on the left side and the right side. And then I'm going to do a couple of more offsets to get my middle section here. So looking at the detailed drawing again, I can see that we need to come in 0.6 inches on each side. So I'm going to offset 0.6 and enter. Select the vertical line, then click to the inside, and then do the same thing from the other side as well. Next, I'm going to do some trimming. So I'm going to start my trim command, and then I'm just simply going to click some of these lines that I don't need. I'll click and drag to do my fence there as well. And after a couple more trims, I have the shape mostly done, but I need to draw some angled lines here. So the detailed drawing shows that these are down at 15-degree angles. So I need to make sure that I have 15 degrees set in my polar tracking. I'm going to go down to my status bar to my polar tracking, select the arrow next to it, and turn on 15-degree polar tracking angles. Now I can come back with my line command, and I'll simply select this endpoint. And then you can see 0 or 360 would be straight to the right. So 345 is the one that I'm looking for. I'll just snap to that edge there. Repeat the line command and start from this corner. And this time it's going to be 195 degrees. And then once more, I can do some trimming. So I'll trim these pieces out. And then I'm going to go ahead and select my home icon on my view cube to go back to my home view. Now, before I revolve this, I want to make sure that it is one selectable shape. Right now, it's a bunch of different lines. So I'm going to use my join command, J and enter, or modify and then join here. And then I'll just simply select all the pieces here of that shape. Press enter, and I can see that it's now one selectable polyline. Now I'm ready to revolve. So I will simply select the drop down underneath extrude, select revolve, select my shape, press enter to tell it I'm done selecting. And then I can either select the two endpoints of this line, or in the command line, I can press enter for the object option. I'll go ahead and do that. And now I can just select the center line. And here we can see the beginnings of my wheel. I want a full rotation. So at the command line, I'm just going to press enter to accept 360 degrees. And I now have my wheel. Next, let's create a detailed drawing of this. So I'm going to activate my B-size layout. And then on the layout tab, I'm going to create a base view from model space. And for this one, I am going to begin with not this view here. If this is the front view, I'm going to switch to, we'll say the right side view so that I can see the circular shape. So I'm going to go ahead and click to place that view and then click OK. Now I could create some projected views. I'm going to go ahead and project my isometric view, but I am not going to create my left side view here. I'm just going to go ahead and right click and enter. I'm going to double click my isometric view, and up here in the ribbon, change this to shaded with visible lines, then click OK. And the reason why I didn't create my projected view is I actually want to create a section view. I want to make this a half section, just like the detailed drawing that I started with, so we can see the cross section of the wheel shape. To do that, I am going to select the section tool here in the Create View panel. I'm going to select the view that I want to section. Then I'm going to draw in my section lines. So for this one, I'm going to track off of the center and come up above the wheel. Then I'll come down to the center of the wheel. Then I will come over to the left of the wheel. And then finally, I will come down below the wheel like so. Then I'm going to right click and enter. And I'm going to come to the left and click to place my section view. And then click OK. So now you can see my section arrows. So it's basically cutting this chunk out and looking to the right. And so my end result is going to be this view right here. Of course, from there, I can go ahead and add in some center marks, center lines, and also some annotations. But for now, that completes this part of the caster assembly. So I hope you enjoyed that. Again, check out the description to see the playlist so that you can see the other parts of this assembly. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video from Between CAD Classes.